Have you heard about the BBC 500 words competition? Well, if you have or you haven't, today I'm going to be helping you and your child write a plan for a story to enter for the 500 word competition. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Amy from amytuitionup and I'm an online teacher and I teach live online lessons, group lessons, one-to-one lessons, recorded courses, and this lesson I'm going to teach today was taught live in my free lesson Friday, which is a free lesson I teach every week during the term time, and you are welcome to come and join it. It's for children aged around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, but really it's open to all ages. So hopefully you will get something from it and you will learn something from it. There's a link in the description below of how to join it, and I hope to see you in class soon. So last Friday, I taught about the BBC 500 words competition. And a great thing about this competition is that the spelling and the punctuation and grammar are not marked. It is purely on creativity and imagination and ideas. So it's a really great opportunity for children to just let their mind roll free with this and just go wild with their thoughts. So at the end of this lesson, I hope that you will have an outline of a story plan, a nice creative story plan that you can write up in 500 words and send it off to the BBC for the competition. And good luck, guys. And also amazing that some of the children have already done this who were in the lesson last Friday. Well done, guys. Super good stuff. So my biggest recommendation here is that you keep your story super duper simple. So this is how simple, really. This is often taught in schools. It's a really great way actually of showing the basics of a story. So every story follows this same structure. So it starts off with a very, very early beginning. So we've got once upon a time here, just as an example. Then one day something happens. This is like the build up in the story. Unfortunately, this is the problem bit in the story. Luckily, here's the resolution bit in a story, the solution to the problem, and then finally the ending. Okay, so right from the beginning, once upon a time, then one day, unfortunately, luckily, finally. And it's so super duper simple. We're introducing a character in a setting. So a character in a place. The main character is going to start to do something. Something will go wrong. Then it'll get sorted out and everything will be okay in the end, or not, depending on your story. So for example, there's a character called Bill and he goes off for a walk. Oh, the dog chases him. Problem. But then he hides up a tree. That's his solution, and he manages to escape and everything's okay in the end. That is the bare bones structure of a very, very simple story. Okay, so this is always something for you to refer back to. Okay, so children often don't know what to write about. And I always say that the best thing to write about is something that you feel really strongly about. So if you're doing the lesson now and you would like to join in, I would like you to write down 3 things that you feel really strongly about. So 3 things that you really, really like, you really love. It could be something you like doing, could be something you like eating, could be a place, could be a person, could be anything at all. 3 things that you really, really like. Now, you could do it with 3 things you hate, and that would work. But I think for this, it's probably better to stick with things that you really like, that you really feel strongly about. So, for example, I could do it about swimming. Really like swimming. I feel very strongly that pineapple should go on pizza. So I could write about that. And I really like visiting new places. Okay, so travel is something I could have. Okay, that's just 3 examples. Anything at all. Okay, so we're going to go through part by part, and I want you to think about a character now. So your character could be anything. Now, there's going to be differences with good characters and bad characters. So I said to the children in the workshop that we did on Friday in the free lesson, what is a better character? An 8-year-old boy called Bob, or Eric, the amazing Aldi shopping trolley who escapes? What do you think is the more exciting character? 8-year-old boy called Bob, not too exciting, but a shopping trolley that's been given a human personality. That's pretty cool. That's going to be a bit more interesting. So I want you to kind of think out of the box with your character. You could go along the lines of like what kind of job. So like any of these kinds of things. But I would like you to think a little bit about anything that comes to mind, and don't worry about going really wild with this and thinking about like maybe like a completely inanimate object and giving it a character, like a shopping trolley, for example. If you go on the BBC website, you can look back at the really good entries from the last 500 words competition, and there's someone in there, I can't remember what it was exactly now, but they had a piece of cheese and they gave it an entire personality and it went on an adventure and stuff. It was really good. Yeah, so think about a character, think carefully, even Google different characters to have a little look. The next thing is the setting, the place that you're going to set your story in. Now, the best thing to do here is think about a place that you know really well so that you can imagine it. I've got lots of different locations on the screen here. You can use any of these or whatever you've got inside your head. But a really good way of exploring your setting, and my top tip here, I don't know if you can see it down at the bottom here, is to use your senses to explore and describe your setting more fully, because that will give the reader a really, really clear picture of the place that your character's in. The next thing you have to do, so you've got your character or an outline of your character, you've got maybe a setting where they're going to be. Now I want to know what the problem is. What problem are they going to come across? What problem is going to happen? It could be anything that's on the screen. It could be something else. So they're going to have a problem. And then they're going to have a solution to the problem. How are you going to resolve the situation? Okay, so we've covered the main things: the character, the setting, the problem, and the solution. So these are your bare bones. This is your structure. If you or your child is still kind of struggling to think of something here, then give it some time and have a go maybe of sketching or having a little doodle to kind of develop your setting and develop your character a little bit more. There are a few different kinds of games that we played in the live lesson. One of the games is called Consequences. It really helps to develop a setting, put characters in the scene. I'm not going to go through it now because you need a really good group of children to do it with, but that's a really good one. Message me if you want more information about that one. And this is quite nice, is a story sum. So this is a simple way of kind of doing a plan, really. So we've got Eric, the shopping trolley that we met before. There he is. And what he does is he escapes Tesco. And then the problem is that he's stolen by teenagers and he's taken to the skate park. But then his solution to the problem is he meets a helper and somebody rescues him and takes him back to the supermarket. So this would be the bare bones, a little structure here in a story sum, just a different way of writing out a plan. So we could write out the Eric, the shopping trolley story like this, or you could do it as a story sum. I've seen it also done as in like a burger, and you have like the different parts of the story as the burger and the bun. That's quite a nice way of doing it. So I hope that you have got an outline of a story. If you're still struggling for an idea and just nothing is coming to you, there are some extra ideas on the screen here. Obviously, the live lessons are so much better than the YouTube videos because everybody's throwing ideas around. We're able to play interactive games. So please do consider joining the live lessons, and then hopefully I'll see you in class soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.